So let's say this is here. I'm gonna save this. And I'm just gonna label this as eyeball for now. I don't know really what I'm gonna do with enemies. I don't know how they're gonna behave necessarily, what systems I'm gonna build. So I'm just gonna start with eyeball, and I'm gonna reflect, and I'm gonna reflect component. So I like developing natively more than I like developing in a web browser. So I'm gonna run this natively. And thus when I come into Blender, I can go down to the scheme panel and fetch the remote registry, which should now have eyeball in here. I noticed that I actually forgot to do something that I do want to do, and that's change the type path to be API. Anything that I'm going to use externally, so anything that I'm going to use as an API in Blender to define components, or as an API using reflection from third-party software that is not my Bevy app, I want to have a consistent type path. So I'll come back over here and fetch my registry again, and now we have API eyeball. And now this gives me a little bit of stability because I'm gonna move the eyeball component somewhere else in my project. It will still be used inside of Blender, but the file location or the source location now won't affect what this is, right? So now we put eyeball on this, execute our export. This already loaded in, so it's, if I bring this over, we can see the game on the right. And we can see kind of where the sphere is. So if I move this sphere somewhere else and I re-export like this, you see it move in live update inside of Bevy, which is sick. So I'll just move that back. You know, maybe I want to shade this smooth and we get a little bit more of a sphere look here instead of like a paneled cube look. You can see that a lot of our like shadow, like we don't have materials or textures or anything on these, so they look kind of weird just being gray and shady. And again, remember, we're not actually using this camera. This camera is not the thing that we are currently using. But if we set that as the active camera, we can see where it would be. And that's hot reloading with Blender and Bevy, which is sick.